to Mom Design. My name is Maria and I would like to thank you for clicking on this video. Yes, watching it to the end potentially. Today we're going to talk about the fall winter 2020-2021 fashion trends. I have a bunch of videos on beauty trends of that year, on color trends, on etc. You can find it in the description box below. So today let's just get into it because it's going to be a pretty long video. Yeah, let's go. Alright, so for anything kind of suit related or maybe a coat related, strong shoulders. We see so many strong shoulders in Balmain and Alexander McQueen shows, in Givenchy, just a lot. And this is really good if you don't have that big of shoulders and you would like to exaggerate your waistline, so you can have those shoulders being masculine and big, and then tie that waist, snitch that waist, or whatever kids are calling it nowadays, and you will have a waistline. People are scared of wearing like oversized big things because they're like, oh no, I'll look bigger. But no, honey, you'll look smaller because in comparison with the contrast that's coming over, you're actually gonna look tinier. So this was from previous seasons. So please go ahead and, you know, take that out of the closet, start wearing it, or continue wearing it. Capes. Yes. Okay, so the last fall winter was kind of like the designers like just dipped their toes in the water, just try to figure out if people would like it. And this time it's like full-on capes. It doesn't matter if it's outerwear or it's dresses, maybe even just shirts or like blouses with a cape kind of a thing. I love this trend so much. I think it's kind of a really forgotten thing that, you know, is coming back to life. So I am a very big fan of that. So we see it in many different colors. We see it in so many shows and I love it. Oh, yeah, just love it. I think it's a very classy look. So if you guys prefer to be kind of a classier, kind of conservative version, then a cape would be just mwah, perfect. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Trench coats. I think it's a really classic thing that I shouldn't even like say it, but trench coats are popular. And I don't know if they ever will be not popular. But anyways, here are some of them. Next one over is the shearling. So the thing that keeps us warm on those cold winter nights inside our jacket. So little details of like fur coming out of the jacket, if it's on the collar, or maybe like the stitches have that little fur detail. Of course not most of them are faux fur because we're going away from all the harming animal things. Honestly, it's super warm. It's almost like the real thing, and we love being warm in the winter. Let's just, from a Canadian girl and Russian, we love it. So we see it from brands like Tom Ford, Michael Kors, Burberry, and so many more. Another style of having a coat or an outerwear is like a quilted thing, where it's like stitched through either like a crissy-cross or maybe just lines. We see it in Fendi, we see it in Alexander McQueen, we also see it in Burberry shows, also a little bit in Balmain and in Off-White. So this is another technique of having like extra warmth inside. So if you guys are chilly, get that. see quite a variety of vests, honestly. If it's either a kind of a knitted vest, or if it's a more of like a blazer vest, like a three-piece suit kind of a situation, doesn't matter. It's like a newer thing that we're not used to. So I think this is going to be continuing into the next season also, just because it's kind of, people are like, okay, I'm not sure about it. Should I or should I not? I don't know. So if you are a fan of vests, get them out and wear them out. Alright, leather, you guys. We've seen so much leather and it's not stopping. Full-on dresses, full-on like looks of head to toe leather. Leather jackets, leather coats, leather trenches, leather skirts, leather dresses, leather shirts, leather, just everything is happening. But a lot of dresses, honestly, just so many. Next one over is latex or patent leather, so really shiny, kind of a plasticky feel. I am in love with this, especially how Saint Laurent did it. Like, oh my god, and Balmain, like, oh, so good. Anyways, okay, so in Saint Laurent we see models wearing lots of kind of a like latex kind of leggings or pants, even dresses, in a contrast of with this very kind of classic and conservative feel, like using classical blazers and classical skirts, cuts and etc. It's such an awesome contrast. The only thing is, if you don't have a thigh gap, you're my sister, because I don't have it, and I have one of those leggings, and when I walk around, you know, with my thighs rubbing together, it's such a squeaking sound that just everybody looks at me like, what? So yes, maybe go into the skirt and have some tights underneath, so you don't have the chafing situation. And if you don't have that problem, then I am really jealous. Before we go anywhere else, if you like the content so far, please give me a like, because I know you'll forget. You will. And subscribe to see more content like this. If you want to stay trendy, stay, you know, fashion forward and just cool. Okay guys, the next one over. Puffy sleeves. We see so many puffy sleeves. Balmain had really puffy, like from the shoulder and down here, and even had like a little skirt on the bottom of the sleeves. We've seen a lot of that, and it doesn't matter if the sleeve, where the sleeve starts to be puffy. If it's at the shoulders, or if it's down here, if it's outerwear, or if it's like a blouse, or if it's a dress, does not matter. So many volume to the sleeves. Carolina Herrera, she has just like the sleeves are kind of in an arch. They're really nice and elegant, and there isn't really too much volume, but there's still that silhouette that's happening, and it's really unique and fresh. We also see the puffiness coming down from, not from the shoulder, but kind of from mid what's this part? I have no idea, like coming from here on, and we see it a lot in the Fendi show. All of, like, so many of their outerwear coats had this situation happening, and it's a really nice and fresh take on it. Alright, so the next one over would be ruffles, like around the, just ruffles, yeah. So we see a lot of ruffles around the collar with like a little tie or of some sort. We also see it just on the dresses, like so much ruffles. We also see it in Max Mara, of it happening on the coats, making the volume out of the ruffle itself. On sheer things and dresses, Valentino show, they had some very see-through things with ruffles. In Kristen Cerimono, there is some ruffles happening on even like a full leather dress material, which is an interesting thing to see, once again. Big ruffles, smaller ruffles, doesn't matter. It's really ruffly. That, which is odd because it's mostly considered to be like a spring summer kind of a trend, but it's really refreshing to see it for the fall winter. Zimmerman had so many nice and delicate dresses with ruffles, like ruffle all over. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next one over is like tassels or like fringe of some sort, and we've seen so much of kind of a newer material where the tassel, the fringe is kind of this I don't know, like a, I'll probably figure it out once I'm editing and I'll put a word here or something. We've seen so many designers use it. It was crazy. It's like they found this new plaything that they can, you know, mess around with, and almost everybody used it. And also really super long fringe, like whole dresses made of fringe or whole skirts made out of fringe. It is crazy. So the fringe, like, I can't even explain how big of a thing it's going to be in 2020 fall winter. We've seen full dresses from Oscar de la Renta. We've seen full dresses from like Christian Dior. Tom Ford had really lovely skirts with those tassel moments. Burgundy also, like, so many. The thin line between lingerie or underwear and outerwear is dissolving. We see so many lingerie out and about on runways, especially in Saint Laurent show. Oh my goodness, I think every second or every third model was wearing a bra of some sort or something see-through, which tells us that we need to embrace this and maybe wear something a little bit more covering. And if you are afraid of wearing actually like lacy underwear around, there is a kind of a bralette version that's not as in your face lingerie, and it's kind of a nicer, I guess, transition into that world. And we see those happening at Jacquemus and an Off-White. We also see those more covering in Dolce & Gabbana under a sheer dress. We see lingerie in a form of like a ribbed corsets, like making up a dress. We see just so much of underwear. So the next one over is the sheer. I just talked about, you know, seeing the lingerie through the sheer fabric, and we see so much sheerness on the runways from so many different designers. Let's start. Valentino had some sheer things. Dolce & Gabbana, I'm pretty sure Gucci had some sheer stuff. It could be like a layering piece, or it could be like a statement piece, like a full dress super sheer, revealing your undergarments. It's kind of up to you and up to the society, of course. Not everybody is gonna approve your, you know, looking good in your tidy whities. We also see this sheer material layered over top of like an actual suit of some sort. Dolce & Gabbana had kind of an outerwear situation where they had just a nice button-up shirt with some pants and trench coat, a see-through trench coat, which was interesting and fun to see. Probably not that warm though. Seen some really beautiful Chloe dresses, and Christian Dior also had an amazing selection of sheer dresses. I wish I could wear some sheers. I am kind of wearing a sheer thing. Let's talk about a print, and one of them being the floral print. If before we kind of had bigger florals and yada yada yada, so this time we're looking for more like a dentier and smaller florals that used to be called like granny florals, like really tiny ones, and we see it in so many different shows like Anna Sue and many more. We also do see kind of a bigger flower out there, but not as much of an impact as the smaller one, the one that we always said, oh no, that's a granny dress, don't wear it. Now it's kind of a statement piece. Okay, so another really popular print is plaid. We see it everywhere, and it's just keep on coming back from season to season, and we love it because we can wear things that we already have. Okay, so plaid, doesn't matter if it's a dress, doesn't matter if it's a plaid on plaid, doesn't matter if it's a matching plaid on plaid, or if it's a like clashing prints of plaid on plaid. It's just like mind-blowing. Burberry had so much plaid on plaid action of like different plaids or the same plaids. We saw full outfits in Zimmerman show of like plaid. We seen a huge amount of plaid in Miu Miu show. Just once again, you know, mix matching them or going all in sync with one plaid. Etro and Rag and Bone, like so much plaid. Okay, so the next trend would be the collar. Whether you're wearing a button-up shirt and like layering it underneath something, or just having a kind of weird collar of some sort, it doesn't matter as long as it's there. So it's more kind of a classical version, like maybe a minimalist could wear it. We see it on a lot of like Western themed shows. Just really cool and fresh take on it. It might be very detailed, or maybe it's even like knitted, just yeah, anything goes as long as it's a collar. Turtlenecks. Yeah. Okay, so turtlenecks are everywhere. The interesting thing about it, they can be a bright color, and that would be the statement color. Like Balmain, they had like orange or bright blue turtlenecks, sorry, with the kind of a brownish suit of some sort, or neutral suit, and that was the pop of color, which was pretty cool. I really liked it. There's so many like long sling dresses with the turtleneck in sequins. There's like two designers that almost made like identical dress. And we see the turtlenecks layered so many times. If you are scared of wearing your lingerie out, maybe put some nice lingerie over top of that turtleneck and, you know, wear it like that. But we seen so much turtleneck, which is awesome, keeps us warm. It's like a scarf and a top in the same place. So we love it for that. And it's such a like classical piece that will never ever ever go out of style, guys. Okay? Okay. We've seen the turtleneck and sweaters and, well, just the turtlenecks. Some even outer coats had a really high color resembling a turtleneck. We see it in multiple of shows. So I'm just gonna, yeah, just gonna go and get into the next one. Knits. Oh my gosh. The whole, like the entire Dolce & Gabbana show was knits. They were like full on outfit out of knitwear. Even the shoes were knit, like the purses were knit, the hats, everything. There was like maybe like 5 or 10% of things that weren't knit. Honestly, I may be exaggerating, but that's what it felt like. So knitted things, whether it's a chunky knit or maybe it's kind of more of a simpler knit, does not matter. Once again, the whole Dolce & Gabbana, they had like knits to the ground. Whether it's like knit on knit on knit, or it's maybe just a sweater with a dress or something, knits are happening and you should wear them. We have a more of a sporty knit from Versace. We have kind of a delicate knit with some embroidery, Oscar de la Renta. We have some awesome knits from Zimmermann. Those are so beautiful, like I have no... We have some knits from Max Mara. We have some beautiful dresses with the sweater from Oscar de la Renta, but probably my favorite sweaters were from Balmain. Hopefully I'm finally pronouncing it right. They had so much detail on them and just really symmetrical patterns. It almost resembled a delicate scarf print, which is pretty cool. Okay, I've talked about it a little bit, but Western. There were like maybe 5 shows that had this Western theme. Maybe not always like in your face Western, like Anna Sue, they kind of had a vampy Western situation. Other ones too, but oh my gosh, and I'm so in love with this trend. So if your style is kind of I just wanted to say hobo. If you do like to wear this kind of an ethnic kind of dresses and just, yeah, I love that. I'm all for like cowboy hats and cowboy boots and everything. So the trend was the cowboy boots. Wear those with your dresses, put on a hat, put on a little bit the tie that cowboys wear. I don't know what it's called, but I need one. Get a bucket bag. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. Michael Kors, they had such an influence from Western life and I was in love with it. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, Anna Sue. Yeah. Okay, moving on. If you don't know the trends, the purse trends and the boot trends and etc., I have a separate video for that because it's just too much to put in one video. So you can check it out now. Metallic fabric was a very popular choice for dresses and such. So we've seen it in Michael Kors, in Zimmermann, Etro, and Oscar de la Renta. Doesn't matter if it's silver or gold or like some other metallic color, it was so popular. The only thing is, if it's like a more fitting dress, it might exaggerate, like you know, spill all of your little secrets about you not being a perfect shape. But if it's a more of a fuller kind of a spready thing, then it should be all right. Sequins, oh my gosh, so much sequins everywhere. As I talked about those turtleneck sling dresses, sequins. We have Tom Ford having like sequins skirts to the floor. We have Saint Laurent, Valentino, so much sequins. I love it, it's beautiful, yeah. There is some full-on suits in sequins. There is some full-on dresses in sequins. There is some sequins detailing. So it does not matter. Does not matter. Just go with it. Jewel embellishments. That was the thing of like so many different shows, starting with Lanvin, I think. Somebody told me that I'm mispronouncing it, so hopefully I did it right this time. We see it in Etro, we see it in Ardem, we see it in Dolce & Gabbana. Oh my gosh, I love that. Like a see-through dress with those like beads hanging off. Oh my god, yes. In Surmono. Miu Miu had these amazing dresses, see-through dresses with like crystals on the bottom, so the model's boxes kind of just like jumps around. Oh my gosh, so awesome. We see all those sequences also in the sweaters, like from Oscar de la Renta show. Just, yeah, I love it. I love it. Let's move on. Okay, a material of not choice but interesting choice is the velvet anything. Velvet dress, velvet suit, velvet vest, velvet anything. And it's a warm material. If you guys are colder, that's an awesome layering material. It has this little bit of like fluff that keeps you warm. And we see it in Balmain show, we see it in Etro show, we see it in Fendi, Tom Ford. If all of they choose to use it, maybe you should use it too. Alright, cutouts. We see some cutouts in Off-White, we see them in Versace, and also some in Victoria Beckham shows. And yeah, they're pretty cool. I particularly love the ones in Versace with the white dress when they're like, she walks, there's like slits opening and closing. Those are really cool. It's a kind of a newer thing that they're going for, not like cutouts, but like actual slits, and when you move, there's the material players around and interesting things happen. So yeah, here we go, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. These were the fashion trends of fall winter 2020-2021. I know it's like, will they happen? I don't know. Is it gonna skip a year? I have no idea because of all of this, you know, coronavirus things. But if they do, probably it's gonna be good for another year so you can wear it longer. If you guys like this kind of content, I would like to see more, maybe like some inspirational outfit of the days. Check out my Instagram, and please give this video a like and maybe subscribe, because I'm such a small channel. I'm almost at 1,000. Okay, please have a great day and stay safe and stay classy. Bye.